Okay, well, hi everyone, and thank you very much for watching or listening today. It's Liam Hartree here again with another episode of Presenting Champions for the Simply Inspired podcast. And today I have a very, very special guest indeed. I'm truly honored to welcome to the show Ukrainian Cypriot mountaineer Evgenios Staroselskiy. Hopefully, I've said that the right way. I've been practicing that. And today we're going to be talking about all things mountaineering related. This man has climbed many of obviously, the largest and the toughest peaks in the world. Um, so he has achieved some amazing things there. Is also a mountain climbing teacher, founder of the Seven Summit Club as well. And today we're going to be talking not only about climbing mountains and everything like that, but as always with my broadcast, with my episodes, we're going to be talking about the mindset that it takes to win in life, to achieve your dreams, to succeed in one of the toughest things that anyone can do anywhere in the world, climbing mountains. This man has literally risked his life to pursue his dream. So we're going to be having some incredible stories today. And my friend, thank you for coming on this show today, and thank you so much for making the time for this. I'm very grateful for that, and I'm very grateful for you sort of bearing with me while I've been getting settled in Cyprus and everything. Thank you very much.
Thank you for you. Hi.
My pleasure, my pleasure. So, we have many things to discuss today. Your incredible achievements, but I'd like to go back in time for a moment and just briefly discuss where you started in the mountaineering world in terms of some of your earliest climbs. But also, it would be good to mention what gave you the idea to want to climb mountains in the very beginning when you started this journey, please. Let's start there, please.
Okay. First time I went to mountains, it's many years ago. It was 1979 when I studied in the university. I was lucky that in university we had climbing and mountaineering sections, like we had possibility to train and go to mountains. And first time I start when I studied in university, and after that I understood that it's mine. And from that time I start every year go to mountain, study theory, practice a lot of physical training, and step by step I grew up in mountaineering. And in the end, university it was construction university. But after finishing of this university, I understood that I want to continue like sportsman, and start to study in second one. It's sport university, and when I finish it, I start to be coach in mountaineering. And also I finished courses, guide courses, rescue courses, and many during maybe 20 years, it was my main profession.
Amen.
So it's all my life. I'm in mountains more than 40 years.
Amazing. It's a wonderful thing to be living your dream, living what you love to do for so many years. It's a blessing. And you mentioned when we were talking just now before starting the recording, you mentioned about working as in a mountain rescue as well, or something like that. Can we touch on that for just a moment as well, in terms of what you were doing and what that side of things involved, please?
No, it was during the years when it was my profession. We spent around 8 to 9 months in big mountains. So during this period, of course, sometimes time by time, it was happens that accidents in mountains, and it's not only in my group. I never had accident. But other group had accident, and we had to organize a rescue them to bring them to civilization and save their life. Or sometimes what happened, we had to bring body to the civilization. It was happened as well. So mountaineering is risky sport, but it's opinion that mountaineering it's a lot of deaths. Statistics show that let's say bicycle sport is more dangerous than mountaineering. So if the main thing what it's gonna be, you have to be ready. To be professional, you have to have knowledge. It depends of level where you're going. For the beginners, one level, for the sportsman, another level, and for professional, another level. So you have to be ready for this level and a little bit more. So in this case, you will be saved. So it's my main principle that you have to be ready and be ready for level. What are you using for?
Yes, yes, it makes sense. It's something to be taken seriously, taken the right way. So when we look at your journey, I mean, 40 years, you must have some incredible memories. To give people the context of this, how many mountains have you actually climbed over your lifetime? I know it's a big question, sorry, but is it something you keep track of, like you keep a list of everything, or is it something that you have lost count by now from doing so many climbs, not only the big ones, obviously we will talk about that, but I was reading about this in the articles and they were describing many, like hundreds, is that accurate?
Yes, all my list of my ascents, it's more than 120. Of course, I remember all my serious ascents for the high mountains, so for difficult mountains. But let's say for Elbrus, it's the highest top of the Europe. It's located in Caucasus in Russia. I climbed more than 30 times. I don't count how many, 30 or 32. I have to, I don't remember because it's easy, not difficult. Usually I climb it with clients. It's popular mountain. It's for beginners, for people who start the mountaineering. It's very nice. It's very interesting, but for serious, of course, I count and I remember all my routes on serious mountains. It's from this 120 series, maybe more than 20, but most of it's mountains with clients. It's medium level, but serious like 8,000 or high technical. It's I remember all of it.
Absolutely, yeah, that is incredible, to give people the context of this as well. Now shortly we will come to some of your proudest moments as well. Before we do, though, obviously you are based in Cyprus now, but you are from Ukraine, as I understand it. Do you mind sharing with us a little bit about your transition from one country to another? Because I feel that that has some relevance in terms of in terms of pursuing your dreams and in terms of moving to different places to be happy. I think that is inspiring as well. Do you mind sharing with us a little bit about the reasons or what your transition was like coming to Cyprus, please?
Look, it's not interesting story why I moved from Ukraine to Cyprus. It was 12 years ago, but the situation was happened in Ukraine that I had to, with my family, I had to move to Cyprus. I don't like to explain the reasons why I did it. It was necessary and I did it. But for me, I lost my business in Cyprus, but it was very good chance to start again very seriously mountaineering, my second life after my wife. And I start when I moved to Cyprus. I start program 7 Summits in Cyprus. I start program Flag of Cyprus in on the highest tops of the world, because my professional skills and my titles were number one, and now number one in all Cyprus. So it's helped me from one side to start this serious program with supporting of our president as well. So for Cyprus, it was unique and very, very it's great achievement, because it's helped for Cyprus to show that small island can do serious things.
Yes.
So that's why I'm in Cyprus. I'm very happy to stay here and do my life job and my life lovely activity.
Absolutely, yes. Well, I'm glad we give a mention to the 7 Summits and to some of the work you are doing here, because it's very inspiring, you know. As I said before, passing on your knowledge, passing on your skills, you know, is a very important thing. And with that in mind, do you feel that your achievements give people hope and inspiration and these type of things? Because as I mentioned earlier, I was reading some articles, you know, to prepare for this, and there was something mentioned in one of them about the fact that your achievements show people that they can win. And obviously, they show that with Cyprus because you are in a very esteemed company in that way. But also, perhaps your achievements inspire people in Ukraine as well with everything that's going on at the moment. But in one way or another, how do you measure your impact on people in terms of inspiration? Is it something that you think much about?
Uh, Look, everybody, mountaineering help a lot in normal life, because from one side, when you have dream, all dreams are realistic. If you are in your mind ready and want, always you find the way how to do it. So it doesn't matter. It is in mountaineering or in your normal life or in your job, everywhere. But mountaineering shows like with very very good colors how is going on, how is you can receive the result. And I'm ready, and I do what to my clients, to my friends who are interested with mountaineering and planning to go to first time, especially first time to mountains. My opinion, they everybody has to try. After, they will have their own decision, or to continue or don't continue. But always mountains change the mind of everybody. Really, in their normal life, after the trip to mountains, when they come back, they change their mind. They change their vision to their normal life. And I'm happy with that. That I give them chance to look for their own life from other side and change their mind in their normal life. So I invite people to try, and after I do all the best to leave them with me, to continue, no, not only with me, to give them love for the mountains. Mountains, it's from one side, it's beautiful places. From other side, it's hard work, and when you do it, after you are very happy that you did it and receive success, or you won when you stay on the top, doesn't matter. More easy or difficult mountains, you're happy that you did it, and it's bring you a lot of emotions, not only emotions, a lot of energy. So people, again, I tell to everybody that after the summit, the people change. And I do the best and invite people to minimum one time make a trip to mountains.
Absolutely amazing. Yes, I understand. And if people wish to contact you personally, to find out more about this and to join in trying these things, what is the best way for people to reach out with you, connect with you through the seven summits and everything, and find out more about what you do if they want to try? So, say if there's somebody listening to this, never, they've never climbed, they think, okay, I want to do that. Um, or even if there's somebody, maybe they've done a bit of climbing, but they want to develop, they want to sharpen their skills and everything. What is the best way they should connect with you, please?
Okay, the easiest way, I have website, sevensummitcyprus.com. You can find all trips, history of previous expeditions, and all my contacts. You can contact me by phone in Cyprus, Cyprus number 99891269, or in Facebook and Instagram. Also find the in Facebook Lambert dot CY and my page on Facebook, Evgenios Staroselskiy. So anyway, you can find me, and I will explain. I can meet. We can connect by emails. I give you a lot of information. I can talk about mountains all day. So if you are interested, welcome. It's my love, and I will be very glad and very pleasure if I bring this love to my potential clients or friends.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so glad we've been able to mention that. As I mentioned before, it's really good that you're passing on your knowledge, or more than your knowledge, you're sharing your passion with people. You're sharing part of yourself with people to help them improve, and it's a beautiful thing, I would say. So I'm glad we mentioned that. Coming back to you personally and your achievements, obviously, it's a lot of climbs, different levels, as you've said, 120 or more. When we focus in on the big ones in particular, um, I would like to find out about your essentially your proudest moments as a climber. I think is the best way to say it. Now, it's a very big question, this. So to give that a little bit of context, obviously you've climbed a lot of the highest mountains in the world, a lot of the toughest mountains in the world, but I would like to hear about some of your favorite memories. And the reason I'm breaking it down this way, as I said to you before, I would love to talk about everyone and go 1, 2, 3, 4, but it'd be too much. As you say, we would still be here tomorrow. So I think the best way to sort of condense it, of the big ones you have achieved so far, maybe you can describe some of your proudest moments of the climb. Obviously, reaching the summit, what goes through your mind in a moment like that that few people will ever actually experience. And a few things like this, things that people may not know just from hearing about the mountains, if that makes sense. So for example, at the beginning you said about the danger, and people have this perception of the danger, but it's different than what they think. I'm curious if there are other things that would be different than what people think, if that makes sense with this one.
Look, I don't understand finally what you want to what answer you want to receive, but uh, difficult if you again I maybe I repeat, if you are ready for the route what you choose, it's not a lot of dangerous. It's a level of dangerous. It's very low. And plus, if you go into this expedition or climbing with a good team, with professional guides, your risk are very, very small. So it's anyway, everybody has to start from easy summit and grow up for more and more difficult. So when let's say about me, I climbed serious routes, 8,000 mountains or more less, but with difficult routes. When you're ready, you can count one step more, one step ahead. And if you do that, you never had a big stress. Sometimes something happened, but it's for a few seconds after you make your decision what to do. You have to do and continue. It's normal. Doesn't matter. It's 8,000 or big or bad weather, 8,000 mountain or bad weather or something else. You always have to know what to do. And after you save you many times more, you are saved, and the final result will be without any accident. So it's main policy, because now today it's a lot of people. It's not tradition. It's a lot of people who has money planning to go. I'm ready. I have money. I can go, because expeditions are very expensive, especially for big mountains. If I have money, I can do it.
Hmm.
I absolutely not agree with that. So you have to be ready for each route, for each level of difficulty, what you are choosing. So you will be safe if you use all these rules. Knowledge is practice, experience, and right team with right guides.
And when you reach the summit, or when you reach the top, it's something that I was wondering if you can put into words, um, what goes through your mind in that moment or in that time. So what I mean by this is, obviously, there's so much preparation. There's so much organizing, with the fundraising and the things you must do, the physical, the mental preparation, and obviously the climb itself. But when you do reach the top, is it something that you can describe, what you feel or what goes through your mind? The part of it that people don't see, if that makes sense. So people might see the photo of you at the top and think, oh, it's amazing. But if you had to describe, the feeling of achieving that, because it's not a tangible thing, if that makes sense. It's something that you experience personally. Can you describe what that was like? Like, say, for example, at the top of Everest, or at the top of any of the big ones. What does actually go through your mind in that moment, please?
Uh, Look, when you reach the top, of course, you have a lot of emotions. But for me, I always remember that you have to go down, you have to descend successfully, and most of emotions comes when you go down to, let's say, to base camp, or to the safety place. So yes, on the top always you decide I did it, but you still be focused. And if somebody uh, lose their focus, they have very, very big risk when they descend, during the descent. So all emotions comes later, 1 day, 2 days later. That you did it, it's a long time when you did preparation, when you did hard work, when you went up and go down. Emotions came, always came later, maybe more than two few days later. But especially for me, on the difficult routes, when you do hard job, always focus for you have to do it professionally, safety, and finishing this work. That's why emotions on the top. Of course, I am sure, and I cannot explain in how, but always on the top you receive more energy from the universe, more energy. You receive it and receive energy, not only energy like energy, it's mental energy. It's true because you are close to the God. Anyway, it's true. It's my opinion. But all emotions comes later when you are stay in the safe place.
Yes, yes, it makes sense.
But all my clients, when they climb, doesn't matter. It is Kilimanjaro or Elbrus or more difficult routes. When they come down, everybody, it's tell me that it's changed their life. This summit, this hasn't changed their life. It's 100%. Maybe some of them stop and don't continue. But anyway, it's changed their life and their mind.
Absolutely. Yes, the impact it must have, it's incredible. And it's a wonderful description of the emotions, but of the focus. Out of all of the climbs that you have done, especially with the big ones, in this context, which one do you regard to be the toughest climb of them all? Which one has been the most challenging, would you say, please?
Honestly, Everest, first time I tried to climb the Everest, I did preparation, not tried. Everest in 1991. It's many years ago, but we didn't do it because that time the Soviet Union died, destroyed, and all our preparation also was destroyed. And next time I climbed Everest 4 years ago in 2019. Everest, it was Everest. It's like not hard work, but it was normal work. More challenge brought me this year mountain K2 because it's the most dangerous, most difficult mountain in all the world. Statistics shows us that Everest was climbed during the whole history with 11,400 people. K2 climbed during the same period only 500 and something of climbers were on the top. So it shows what is the difference between Everest and K2. And when I did this this job, it was maximum concentration, and it brought me drive to do it. We did it. This year was very bad weather as well. It's shows that you have to be again more and more concentrate and save yourself. But on the top, in the same what I told you, we came to the top, spent maybe 30-40 minutes there, did few pictures, and went down. And most difficult was descent. And after coming back to the base camp, we understood that we did it. In this moment, I feel that we are heroes. So it's much more emotion. So in my experience, I have two mountains with the same emotions and then with the same feeling. It's this year it's K2 and 1990s when we climbed the 7,000 summits named Khantengri. It's Khantengri is located in Tian Shan Mountains. With this ascent, we won Soviet Union Championship. But this climb we spent 8 days on the wall because at 7,000 altitude we had 2,000 wall with 82 degrees like vertical, very close to vertical. 8 days we spent on the wall. It was a lot of emotion, believe me. We slept on the wall, fixing with the ropes. The temperature was around 30, 35 minus. It was a lot of emotion, but we did it, and that time we won the Soviet Union Championship in mountaineering. It's these two mountains for me, like I remember everything, each step of this ascents. But
Yes.
all other, okay, we receive, or I have possibility to have this emotion only when you are saved. That's why I'm alive now. It's my own opinion.
Absolutely. Yes, well, it makes sense, that you must not get like complacent or, too relaxed and everything. Of course, I understand these things. Incredible. And it's incredible to hear about Everest. I was hoping that one would come up, and K2 as well. I read somewhere, and you have to correct me because I might be wrong about this, but I read somewhere that you are planning a big climb. Is it next year or this year in June, or is that an old article that has already that may have been about K2? Um, but I was under the impression I read one where they were talking about something you're going to do in next year in 2024. Is that right, or am I wrong about that?
No, it's you are partly right because I don't have plans to climb all now because I am in my mind I'm 27. But really, it's hard work. I don't have plans to climb all 8,000 peaks. Maybe, I don't know. Because a few years ago, I told to my wife, she asked me, please never tell me about K2. I told her, okay, I am not so young. K2 is very difficult. It's very difficult. How? Me and K2, it's impossible. But last January, when we were in Antarctica and climbed Peak Vincent, suddenly I received signal from universe that K2. I don't know how. I just received this information and understood that it's time for K2. It's now. I have to start serious preparation and climb, especially this year, 2023, climb K2. Maybe for next, in my plans, it's to climb very beautiful next plans. My plans to climb in Himalayas, very beautiful mountains. It's Amada Blanc. It's, I think it's one of the most beautiful and technical mountains in Himalayas. It's located on the way to Everest. What I have planned for next year for Amatablam, its altitude is less than 7,000, 6,800 and something. But I will do it. But for more serious, when I receive, not if, when I receive some signal from universe, I will do it. And I start preparation because it's bring me signals that I am ready, I have to do it, and I will do it. So my plans now to go to different mountains like Kilimanjaro, Denali, Ararat with the clients to do my job and to invite more people to our society. And for more serious, it's a Madablan next year. But all other, I'm waiting for signals from universe.
Yes, yes, it makes sense. Um,
Because now,
so
what I do it for pleasure at first.
yes, I understand.
It's
Yeah. Well, you have that privilege, with everything that you have achieved. I want to come back to something you said there about the universe and everything in just a moment. Before I do, so K2 you climbed this year. Um, I have to ask a question about this. That is not like a polite question and everything, but if you don't mind me asking, you said you feel 27. How old are you now that you're still climbing these mountains? If you don't mind me to ask this, because again, with the inspiration side of things, I actually think it's brilliant because age is, it's just a number, but a lot of people think that it means something. I speak to
Nah,
many
nah.
athletes. I speak to many athletes who are still winning, um, titles, or they're still doing whatever they're doing, something they love to do, even when they're like 85 or something silly like that. But with yourself, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you now that you're still climbing these peaks?
In always I tell what I told before, 27. But between us, not for all world. In 20 days I will be 62.
Wow. Yeah. Well, there we are. I mean,
But
it's
I'm but
sorry.
the
Go on.
mountains change my body, change my mentality. I'm training now 4 times per week. Before K2, I train every day. I did training every day. I use special devices for help me to be more strong, and I'm in good physical conditions. And plus my physical conditions, plus knowledges, and plus my experience help me a lot. And in our teams during ascents to high difficult mountains helped me a lot because most of the members around 35, 45 these ages. But my six, it's not very difficult because they are more strong maybe. But plus my experience, it's helped me much more than be more strong, but with less experience. That's why.
Yes. Yeah, I understand. I
And
do understand.
I am planning to continue. I don't have plans to stop my mountaineering.
No. Well, that's good. That's good because it's something that obviously you love so much. Your passion. I can feel your passion for this. I can feel the energy that you were talking about earlier in a way coming from you as you talk about the mountains, if that makes sense. It's not obviously the full energy that you would feel up there, but it's hard to explain. But it's a compliment anyway. I can feel your passion for this, and so yes, climbing K2, 61. I mean, it's incredible at any time, but. Wow. Now, coming back to the universe thing as well, I believe in this type of thing very much as well. I get the same guidance, that you were talking about, different topics, but it's the same thing. If something tells you, do this, don't do that, go this way, don't go that way, Um, is that something that guides you while you're on the mountain as well, like during the climb?
Sorry, tell me again. I don't understand.
Like you were saying about, for example, so you said you had the message with K2. You say,
Yes,
okay, I
yes,
must I must climb it. All I was saying, I believe this type of thing. I get this
yes,
type
yes,
of.
yeah, yeah.
But when you're actually climbing the mountain itself, do you continue to get the guidance during the ascent? This is like something you are tapped into as an energy.
Yes, of course, of course. Any ascent, what I do doesn't matter. It's easy Kilimanjaro or difficult mountains. It's bring me a lot of you. From one side, you lose your no, not health, you lose your weight, you lose your no, maybe health, but you receive other kind of energy. and you start to be after when you come back from mountains, you are much more strong mentally as well as energy. You lose weight. It's okay. 1 2 months you receive it back or more if you stop training. But of course, you. That's why I am with my age. I am looks look and maybe it's opinion of my friends that I look younger than my age in passport because during when you go to mountains, you receive a lot of positive energy from universe from everywhere, and it's help to save your health and to your body and everything during long time and be younger than people with the same age who does nothing.
Yes. Yes, I understand. Well, your friends, they are telling the truth because, to be honest, when I'm talking with you, I cannot tell the age. You cannot tell because it's not just the look, like the way you look. It's the way you feel. You have like a lot of you have a lot of the energy, the vitality, and I have seen this with sports. I was having this conversation recently with somebody with long distance running, and this lady knows another person who's 85 years old who's still running like 100 miles, races and things like this. And it's the same thing, you look at some of these people, you cannot tell because they're recharging the life force. I understand. I'm really glad we mentioned that. That's something that I think is very, very valuable to people, to mention it, you know.
I know
Um,
as a way. Sorry. I have
no,
as a way how to be young. I take out my white bear. I will be young again, 10 years more.
yeah. Well, that does help. That does help very much. But but I think with you, it's an inside um thing more,
Yes,
but yeah, it always helps with the beard. I found a white hair in my beard the other day, and I'm 25, so from here it's the sign of things to come. But anyway, that's another topic. You also mentioned earlier about your wife and about saying about the climbs, and it's not too, I don't want to get into anything that's like not my business, that's personal to you. But if you don't mind me asking, your children and your wife and everything, do they worry about you when you climb, or are they accepting of this is what you love to do, and it's the way it is?
of course, of course. I am very happy and very proud that they uh, support me, especially my wife, because she understood, and I love her a lot, and that she always support me and wait for me. She's very worried. She can do nothing when I am in big mountains, not serious mountains. She can do nothing. She helped me. She always. I sent you information how the expedition going on. She put posts in Facebook and all social media how, because a lot of people worry as well, but especially my wife, she it helped me a lot that she support me, uh, and that's why we stay together many years, and because it's my second half. She helped me a lot with my final achievements, uh, and kids as well. Kids as well. They are proud also because their father is do very serious things. But they support me a lot, and I'm very glad and love them for that more and more.
Absolutely,
So
yeah. So one,
it's and when it's again about my wife, when she support me and she understands that it will be for both of us. It is necessary, and again, it helped me a lot.
It's a wonderful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's very much a blessing, to have that support. And with your children, do they climb as well? Did you teach them to climb and everything?
I start from my wife. When we met each other 23 years ago, the first our agreement was that she will climb next season. She will climb Elbrus with me. She climbed. Next year it's not happened because she was pregnant. Next time she climbed. Finally, she climbed Elbrus. But when I climbed Everest in 20 after 20 years, and after she liked it, she climbed Elbrus, she climbed Kilimanjaro, and want to continue with easy mountains. Want to continue this next year. We will go together to climb Ararat. And about my kids, two my sons climbed with me Elbrus, but it was their first and the last mountain. No, they have their own life. It's their choice to do it or not to do it. They love it. They told me that they want to continue, but they didn't push the situation. They didn't. Okay, it's their choice. My daughter, she does ballet, so it's not her area. It's their choice. It's sometimes I am glad that they have their own way, not follow me, because I don't want to be worried for them. I'm not worried for me because I know what level that I'm ready, but I don't want to be worried about
Yes.
them.
Well,
But if
yes.
they want, I will support them 200%. If they want, but I don't want to push them.
Oh, well, that's very fair. That's very, very fair. But it's good to give that a mention as well. As we move into the last couple of things, really, I guess, um, on the subject of people who are starting out with climbing, I'd like to get some advice that you would like to share with them. Now, with this, a couple of things. Obviously, if people want to learn about climbing, first of all, they should come and see you. So I will say to people listening, if you want to know more about it, they need to see you. But if there is maybe a little bit of advice, maybe only one or two things that you would like to share with people who, they're thinking about climbing, they're thinking about doing a beginner's mountain, or they're thinking of starting with something easy. I know there's a lot of advice that you can share, and we've already shared some of it as well. But is there anything else you'd like to mention that maybe people should do to get started, or maybe people should do, maybe things people should avoid? I know we've touched on this on and off during our talk, but I would like to give that a mention with maybe one or two pieces of advice from you for those people, please.
If somebody interested with not mountaineering, just for trip to mountains, because everybody can start not from the summit immediately. It's better. No, it's more fast. But people can go for treks to very interesting places. Let's say trek to base camp of Everest, trek to in South America, in Peru, in Mexico, just for trek to be involved in this area to understand what is it, or climb Kilimanjaro. It just from the beginning they want to receive information, and I am ready to consult them to give them maximum information, and also of course physically from the beginning to be ready physically. For easiest mountains or for treks, you have to be in good physical condition. I also help with that. I do training together with group or individually, it doesn't matter. I give recommendations what to do to be ready in few months for the first trip. And physical condition and information. It's two things what is everybody, it's better to have from the beginning. And after they, and also I help with equipment, how to buy or to use or to prepare the necessary equipment for this trip. And after we do preparation and start the first trip. So after it will be after this trip, after the first ascent, it will be their choice to continue or not to continue. But anyway, they will have emotions, positive emotions, and small but experience.
Wonderful answer. It's a wonderful.
So, and my principle in life, everybody has to try everything. Diving, jumping with parachute, mountaineering. Maybe they will choose to play something else. It's their choice. But to try to receive small experience and have to be possibility to decide what the best for them. Everybody has to try. After we have to do what we want, what we like.
Yes. Yes. Well,
Let's
it's a
say
very.
I don't like diving.
Mm,
Let's say I don't like diving, but I like flying and climbing.
there you go. It's how you discover who you are, isn't it? I understand. Is by the contrast, as well, from one thing to another. You learn what you don't like. What you do like becomes more clear. It's a very good life lesson in itself. Well, we have talked about many things. I'm going to close out shortly with one more topic, and then I think we will wrap this up. Obviously, with all of the things that you do, you have to have the mental strength and the focus as well as the physical strength. We were talking about this earlier. Whether somebody is a climber or not, what would you recommend they can do to improve their mental strength, their focus, their resilience, I suppose you could say, in this type of way? Because obviously, with yourself personally, you have um, cultivated a strong mind, if you know what I mean with this, to take on the challenges. If somebody wants to do that, as well as climbing, are there any other things they can do in their life day to day that they can uh, build their mental strength, like building a muscle, is the same up here as say here, if you understand what I mean with this one.
No, for the beginning of the beginning, they have again they have to be in good condition, general condition, not special condition. They can choose some technical things just to climb. Go to we have the possibility to do climbing in short routes in Cyprus, to climb with to teach how to climb. It's just to understand what they can have in future. But from the beginning, it's very important. It's emotions, what they planning to receive, and they gonna receive. So again, information and emotions from the first trip. After I help as well to focus them if they like it, to focus them for next steps, for next future trips. Generally, it's just information and general physical conditions for the beginners. And they have to want to go to somewhere.
Absolutely. Yeah, it makes sense.
It's gonna be
I
gonna be small part of their heart to try. It's interesting, not how to say, not well known things. What is will be new for them. It's not easy. It's not very hard, but it's not easy from other side. But when you do it, you are feeling and you love you much more than before. You love yourself.
Yes, absolutely. Incredible. Well, I would like to thank you very much for your time. I would like to thank you for being so open and sharing everything that you've shared today. And I know that in a way, we only scratch the surface, isn't it? Because there will be so many stories that you have, so many more stories. But I'm happy because today we have the two things I was looking for. We have the fun stories and what it was like, but we have the deeper side of the motivation, the inspiration, the hope, all of these kind of things. And those two things, that's what I'm aiming for. So we've covered that and then some. As I've already said, I believe this will help people in terms of their inspiration, but I also hope that it helps maybe even one or two more people to discover what you're doing. But other than that, I'm very grateful for your time, my friend. It really has been a pleasure. I've enjoyed it, and I hope you have as well.
Thank you very much. For more information, on 2nd of February, my next trip to Kilimanjaro. For beginners, it's the best mountain and the best trip. Summit of Kilimanjaro plus 2 days of safari. Welcome. It's amazing trip. It changed your mind. I invite you as well. So think about. We have time. We have 2-3 months for preparation it's okay for Kilimanjaro. This period is okay. So think about and let's go together to Kilimanjaro. Fantastic trip.
Absolutely
My contacts. It's very easy. 7summitcyprus.com and all my contacts there as well.
wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you again, my friend, and I will send you this as well when I release it. I will send it to you so you can listen to it back, and obviously you can use it for anything that you want. If you want to put it on social media or your website or anything, that's all absolutely fine. And I hope that we can meet in person in time as well. That would also be wonderful. But for now, let's get the story out there. And once again, thank you so much. Really has been a pleasure.
Thank you to you. Thank you to you.
Thank you. Well, my best wishes to your family and look after yourself. And I'll be in touch very soon when
With
this is
pleasure.
done. Yes,
With
absolutely.
pleasure. See you soon.
Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the Simply Inspired YouTube channel, and there'll be more videos coming soon.